What's up, folks? This is the McDojo Chronicles. I want to say how's everybody doing today, and I want to talk about two things today. I want to talk about the different things that uh, made us realize we was at a McDojo and what made us leave the McDojo, and also what how this channel really came to be. As far as as far as how the videos got on here and everything, how we got the videos and why we made it McDojo Chronicles and everything. So, so let me go into the first thing. So the first thing is that you know we got kind of into the inner circle with the McDojo and everything first. But he would is the first thing that like threw up a red flag to me was the how fast people got promoted. And like I said, we didn't know anything about the martial arts like that, so we was thinking it was all right to get promoted every 6 weeks. But it seems that everybody got promoted every 6 weeks and everything, and everybody just was given the belt, you know. But that was real. That was real suspicious to me. But like I said, we did not know anything about it. We thought that's how it goes. Um, that's way before our research into martial arts and McDojos and everything. Because as we got deeper into it, we started doing more research and stuff. But anyway, um, one time the McDojo master told me that he uses taekwondo as a ploy to get people in, and then he start doing other things. So to me, he's telling me that people who want to do taekwondo, he get them in there, but then they end up doing something else. So these people end up not doing what was advertised. Excuse me. And I thought that was kind of wrong, kind of crooked, but I let that slide. I let that slide by and everything. And then there's then people wouldn't even show up, but like once a month or once every other month, or they'll show up every 5 to 6 weeks so they can do their belt test, and they still got promoted, which started to get under our skin after a while because we've been here doing the work, and these people ain't been here, and they just get to come in and get these belts. There's a lot of people that had higher belts than us for the simple fact that they were just getting tested and they wasn't even doing the McDojo training. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, to me, that's not even fair. You know what I'm saying? That's not fair. That these people still get to get promoted, which now I realize he was just trying to get that belt test money. But if you really care about your art, if you really care about people doing your art correctly, you would not promote these people when they come every 5 weeks, because that 6 weeks you're gonna have a belt test. And that's not cool. And there was a couple that used to do that all the time. I mean, all the time. We wouldn't see them sometimes for months. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden they pop up right before the belt test, and then they get promoted. Then no training, and then a lot of people got to pick and choose who they sparred. Like I seen this, there's one female, but I forgot what belt level she was, but it was two females there. One was a lower belt and one was a higher belt. And the female with the lower belt she was athletic, and she was actually handling a lot of the people. And one time, these particular female spar, and the higher belt female ended up getting kicked down. And from that day on, she never sparred the lower belt again. And she got to pick and choose who she got to spar. And so, and also, like, it seems like when I would spar, everybody would just rush me not using no technique at all. They would just run up on me and rush me and try to like just push me around and stuff. And it's like, but but he took away the tools for us to be able to keep people off you, like a jab and stuff like that. And also with kicking lightly, people would just run through your kicks. You know what I'm saying? And almost knock you over. Now, if you kicking somebody with a nice amount of power, I ain't saying full power, but if you click it with a nice amount of power, they're not gonna be running up on you like that because they don't want to get the air ran out of them. And plus, you can't do a jab, so you can't jab a person back from you to make them think twice before running up on you. And that kind of made me tired because I knew every time I got out there that people were just gonna try to run me over and not use any type of skills or any type of skills or anything that we was taught in the fight. And excuse me, it got ridiculous because I'm like, then I see them spar other people and they sparring all nice and friendly and everything, but with me they going at me. I don't know if it was a fear of me or the fear of what I so-called could do and everything, but look, we was all getting McDojo training and everything, but that kind of got to me. You know what I'm saying? That kind of got to me. What else? The discipline of the children. The children was just, it was, oh my gosh. It was absolutely, it was some at times, but it was just like no discipline with the children. You know, they just got to get up off the mat when they wanted to and go to their parents, and they just got to do exactly what they wanted to do. They walked right in the middle of the sparring matches and everything, right across where grown-ups are sparring, and you know, it was just ridiculous that these kids didn't have enough discipline to even ask to leave the mat. They would just get up and walk off and go over to and just look at their mom or dad and go sit with them when they ain't feel like being on the mat, and just look at the McDojo master and look at the parent. And the McDojo master didn't do anything about it. He didn't do anything about it. He and after a amount of time, he would we wouldn't spar. Sometimes we wouldn't spar for a month or two. You know, and that to me, I'm like, that's how you gonna learn things better, if you spar. So eventually me and this other guy and this female and a few other people, we decided to come in earlier before practice so we can get sparring in. So we did that for a few months and stuff, and all of a sudden the McDojo master stopped that. You know what I'm saying? He stopped that. And some people, I didn't really like how he treated like his assistant instructor and everything. That was his crash test dummy. But the assistant instructor, he would try to work with us with footwork. He would try to work with us how to move out the way of a punch. He would work with us about how to slip a punch and stuff and all that, and how to defend ourselves from oncomers, like without throwing a punch, just defending with your arms and everything. And the McDojo master would stop the assistants for doing that. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because I mean, I really don't have nothing bad to say about the assistant. He probably was duped. He was probably duped by him. Plus, he was friends with the guy. But honestly, I would get better training from him than the head McDojo master and everything. So, you know, and it's just like, and it's then when he said that his heart wasn't into it. He didn't say his heart wasn't into it, but he said that he would gain the fire to teach again and to teach like he was taught. You know, that really turned me off and everything. And also the sparring of kids, like you got us sparring kids and didn't even tell us. You know, I'm sparring this one cat and I'm finding out this dude is like, and he looked like he was an older cat, but the dude was only 14. He's big 14, but I'm a grown man. You got me sparring a child that I think that's at least 20 years old. I'm thinking these people is like 20, but you got to spar 14, 15, 16-year-olds and everything, and then gonna let us know later on. And I'm feeling like I'm abusing the child and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And that kind of turned me off. You know, you don't set people up like that, you know, to spar a child. You don't even know that you're sparring a teenager, a young teenager at that. So that's kind of crazy and stuff. And After a while, we start feeling unfulfilled, and you know, one time I was telling the McDojo master, I don't feel like I'm getting any better. I feel like I'm stagnant and everything. And he was like, well, that's good because you can just move up slower like this. You can move up slower. But, dude, you promote us every 6 weeks. You know, you promote us every 6 weeks. And I felt like we wasn't getting no better. You know, of course, I could, you know, beat many of the black belts, uh, many of the grown adult black belts. Um, you know, me and a couple other people, we became like probably the top of the McDojo students, which looked, I guess, the most decent. But when I look at myself, it looked like crap to me. But anyway, I guess whatever they saw and everything. But we would beat the black belts. I mean, I'm talking about second degree black belts, third degree black belts, and stuff like that. And to me, that shouldn't have been so. Like it shouldn't have been, especially these people been here for years. Like being only there for 6 months to a year, and we're like beating black belts in the sparring matches. I mean, that's ridiculous. So that was a red flag right there. You know, it was a red flag right there that, you know, it just didn't seem right. You know, so it just felt stagnant and just like, and then certain people would get that, to me, that didn't deserve it. They would get skipped up a belt while we would get the little little duct tape around the belt that be in between, and we're better than this person. We know the moves and the techniques better than this person, but because you and this person are closer friends, he get to skip the little masking tape and go to a whole full belt when we was at the same level, you know. And you having yellow belts being assistant instructors and stuff, that's not supposed to be either, and everything. So I don't know, it just, and then we start researching martial arts because I played sports before, so I know how hard you're really supposed to train and the repetition that you're supposed to train and everything. And before I get into that, I want to talk about the self-defense things, the locks and holds. We would see him when we come in before practice. We would see him working with his assistant instructor and making up locks and holds, mixing up Jeet Kune Do and stuff like. And we would see him doing this. Then he would teach this in the class like it was proven. How can you teach anything for self-defense that you just made up before class started and it's not proven? You know, that's gonna get people hurt. You know, and half the time the stuff wouldn't even work. You know, then you got people trying to spar with the screamer sticks, and we can't even spar right regularly. You know, and the assistant instructor tried to get him to stop. He was like, "That's not a good idea," but the dojo master did it anyway. You know, and it's like he just, something about him. He was real nice, but something about him I start seeing something else in him. I start seeing like the snake and the slime ball in him and everything. The how he wanted to make money, because he did sell excuse me, he did sell equipment, you know, and he'll get mad when people get their own equipment from somewhere else, and he was like, well, I'm the one that can give you the right size things, so don't, and give you the proper equipment, so I know you can go on Amazon, and all this, but come to me. So come to you and get, because a lot of these people came in families, so you got a husband and wife, 2-3 kids. You spending about what over $1,000 for gear. You know what I'm saying? Over $1,000 for gear. So, but he would get mad. But see, like, a lot of people can't afford that. A lot of people can't afford all that, so they would do it anyway. So, excuse me, I had to take a little sip of tea. Something itching my throat a little bit. But anyway, it was just, I don't know, I would just start feeling just uneasy about everything, and then the training got more and more laxed. I got tired of just going in the line and kicking the pad and seeing people not kicking right. I got tired of whenever I kicked kind of hard, I had to slow down, but everybody else can kick the living daylights out of me and everything, and cheat and hold my leg when we were supposed to grab each other's legs, and hold my leg and kick me while they got my leg and all this type of stuff that I never seen anybody else do. You know, I wasn't allowed to kick as hard as other people was allowed to kick. You know, so after a while, I started researching the martial arts and everything. Ran into the what was that? Into the McDojo, and it was funny. Then I started seeing similarities and everything, and then I started running to other McDojo things, and I'm like, whoa, is am I going to a McDojo? I didn't leave at that time. Didn't leave yet, but it just seemed like it was starting to be a disconnect between me and the McDojo master and everything. And because he stopped the sparring before practice, you know, he did it that, you know what I'm saying? Because I learned a lot of more stuff doing that. And I was doing a lot of stuff I learned off the line, like certain footwork, but, you know, that he wouldn't teach us and everything. But, what else? Yeah, but yeah, that's what it is though. Um, he would like if you're hurt and they say you got a hurt wrist and stuff and everything, he would still try to make you do some training and say, "Oh, won't you use your other wrist and stuff?" But like, why I'm trying to hurt my other wrist? This my wrist is like sprung. You know what I'm saying? You won't use my other wrist. And I seen husband had to stand up for the wives and say he don't want. His one husband said, I don't want my wife other wrist to be hurt, and she's not doing it, you know, because he didn't like when you stood up to him. You know what I'm saying? He didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't like it at all, at all. And what else? The inconsistency of sparring, how people sparred, him not having his heart in it. You know, him forgetting the locks that him teaching locks that he just made up, and then also forgetting them is what I mean. It's a lot of things turned us off. A lot of things turned us off, and just to see this Bedojo master sitting there just smiling and shaking his head while we sparring and have his hands on his hips, like, you know, he's the thing, and we out there looking like garbage and everything, looking like garbage pail kids and everything. So I think that the lack of sparring, um, the unfair promotions, and the quick belt test that was coming up to a head, and how he just started pulling back from doing, from doing certain things. And I think the last straw was I had a sparring match, and the dude was rushing me, and it was just like he was using no type of nothing. He just ran up on me and was just pushing, not throwing no kicks, just pushing. And I'm like, what am I gonna learn off this? I can't throw an elbow, and plus the dude wearing like a football helmet anyway, and while my face is exposed. But anyway, I can't throw a jab, I can't throw no elbows. So what I'm supposed to do? Just push back. So we're just in a shoving match. You know what I'm saying? In a shoving match. And I was done. I was done. I said I was done. You know what I'm saying? I was done. And like, me and the McDojo master had a little bit of words and everything. And I was just done, and I left. I'm tired of this. It's like nobody using any type of skill. Nobody, they just pushing. We have them shoving matches. You know what I'm saying? Punches don't count. People run to your kicks. You know what I'm saying? So you took away our ability to punch, to use a jab, to use elbows, to use this, to use knees, to keep people up off you and everything. So I've been talking about that long, but that last bar matches made me leave, and the research made me realize to leave. So after I left and I let him know that we was leaving, and everything, that we weren't going to continue our training there and everything. So, like, during the time that we was there, um, G.i.f, we was all there and recording the stuff, recording the sparring, and we set up the YouTube page for this martial art place. The showcase the sparring and stuff. 'Cause we thought it was pretty good at first and stuff until we realized. What really made us realize is when we changed the channel. But before I talk about that, but he tried to get me to transfer the page over to his assistant instructor, because his assistant instructor knew how to do the computer stuff and all that. So he wanted me to transfer that page over to him, and he take all the recordings that we did, you know what I'm saying, and just take it from us. And I just changed the name of it, and we made the McDojo Chronicles. You know what I'm saying? And once we put the videos on, people start making comments, saying comments. Once we changed the name to, because wasn't nobody watching the site before, but once we changed the McDojo Chronicles, and we saw a lot of the comments that was being posted over there, people was trashing the sparring, and we didn't realize that it was that bad, but it actually was that bad. You know what I'm saying? That's basically how the channel got started, because we put in the work to make these videos. We recorded them, we edited them. You know what I'm saying? We made it. He do got a couple of the videos, but he don't have all of them because I refuse to give him the work that we did and just give it over to him. And and we decided to expose him. We decided to expose him because what he is doing to people, and he's still doing it now. He's still doing it now. I went to the website the other day. He's still doing it. He's still doing it now. And now he's just trying to show board breaking and people doing nunchucks and everything, and the screaming sticks and stuff. Doing like he trying to do little demonstrations, trying to prove that he's not a McDojo, but he is a McDojo. It doesn't matter if you do that. I know that you were McDojo, and there's other people that know that you were McDojo because the bad comments that I've seen on certain sites, which I'm going to do a video about. So at first I was a little worried about whether or not he was going to try to take some action against me, but I realized that we was allowed to take these recordings. It was no problem with that, and it was with our equipment, and it's our property, and we had rights to these recordings and everything. So we have a right to expose this particular McDojo, so we can expose all McDojos, so people can get a better understanding, and not to be fooled, and not to waste your money and all that. But it really turned me off when he tried to get the rights to the recordings that we made and get us to change over our channel, to transfer the channel over to them after we was gone. I'm not going to give you my work. I already gave you my time. You know what I'm saying? I already gave you. You already got some of the video reels that we made for you. You're not going to get this whole work after you done shafted us for this bullcrap martial arts that you were trying to teach us. This old mismatch of 1,000 martial arts. And this dude was going to try to tell us that, oh, you don't get a black belt in 6 different martial arts. You said in the beginning you get a black belt in 6 different martial arts. You know what I'm saying? But then you're going to say, oh, you don't get a belt in 6 different martial arts, so you just change what you say. And also, at the time we was red belts when we left, so he was trying to say, well, and I think it was probably around maybe December. I forgot what year it was, but it was December, and they were gonna have a belt test probably in by the beginning of the spring. I think probably like March or April. And so from red belts, he said, well, we was gonna have you. Could you please stay till you get your black belt? Cause we was gonna let you go and go for your black belt. And I said, I'm a red belt. I think red belt with a black stripe. And then I had to get a a brown belt after that. I would have to get a brown belt, and I think you go through 2 strikes with that. Then I had to go become a deputy black belt. I think you get like 2 levels with that. So I'm skipping all these levels to go straight to black belt so you can keep me there. You know, I'm not finna be your showcase clown anymore. I'm not finna be your puppet anymore to make your McDojo look good when I didn't even look good. You know, because you got all these parents, sports moms, sports dads up in there not knowing nothing about martial arts, thinking that I'm the top of the line, which I wasn't. None of us was top of the line in there. You know, I never even see the McDojo master spar ever. All he would do was freaking kick a pad and then have his assistant instructor puff him up. So, oh yeah, that's just 30%. He kicks hard. Oh, I want to get kicked by him. So he had kind of a feel, but nobody ever seen this guy in action. I haven't got a chance to spar the assistant instructor. I never seen this dude spar. All he did was do locks on the assistant instructor, put him through a whole bunch of pain, and that's all he used to do. And walk around with his doggone hands on his hips and everything. Proud of his doggone disaster of a McDojo. You know what I'm saying? He know he was a McDojo. He know he was. I know he know he was. And he know he is, because he's a fraud. He's a businessman. And I wish he would just get shut down. Because he's still shafting people. He's still giving people this false confidence and these false skills that make people think they can go out there and beat people up or defend themselves good. And people gonna get beat up because of him. Because people not kicking properly. People, they don't even know how to use their hands, because he don't even teach you the hands. These locks don't work. Not at full capacity. Not at full strength. Of course you can catch somebody doggone arm and put in a certain lock, or they doing it in slow motion. Ain't nobody just gonna let you put them in the move. This is not the WWE. That's the WWE. People is not gonna let you put you in the move. You know what I'm saying? Especially in a fight. They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. And it's ridiculous. And it's angering me right now to talk about it. And when I think back about it, a lot of us felt used. And one time, and he even did martial arts for the YMCA. And there's this other guy that was a deputy black belt that did it there with him. And they were trying to get rid of the McDojo master and get the deputy black belt out there with him to run the class, because they saw that he promoted too fast and that that he was too lenient, and the kids weren't really learning nothing. I mean, that's a red flag right there. And the deputy black belt came and told me what went down and everything. He's still there though, because I seen it now. He's an assistant instructor there. You know what I'm saying? Which is baloney, because a lot of people know it's a McDojo there, and they just there to get a black belt so they can open their own studio, so they can be a doggone McDojo. And people is sickening. They're gonna take the same week teaching and get a black belt and learn from this dude that's not even teaching you to full capacity, and go open up your own McDojo and screw over other people too. You know what I'm saying? That's crap, man. That's bull crap. You know? That's unacceptable to have people like that. That's unacceptable. Shoot, you know? Now you can hear about a tone of my voice that, man, this is not good. It's not good. And a lot of people say that these people are trying. Yeah, they're trying, but man, this is bull crap. These people thinking they can go out here on the streets and defend themselves. These people thinking they can go in the amateurs and go in pro and all that, because they think they that doggone good. Not training 2 times a week. Not training 2 times a week for 45 minutes, and 15 minutes of that time is gone from trying to discipline the children and doing workouts. I mean, doing stretches and stuff. I mean, it's crap. It's a bunch of crap, man. And the dude is he just want to make money, man. And it's sad. And it's sad that he go out there and be fronting and lying and being a fake, a snake in the grass, a wolf in sheep clothing, being over nice, being over genuine. But I see through it. I looked into your eyes and seen it. I seen it. I looked right into his eyes and seen it. Right into his eyes. Cause when I got wind and I got the understanding, when I saw the unfairness of things, when I seen how he treats certain students better than others, and treat certain students, pick on certain students, you know what I'm saying? And I seen the snake in his eyes. I seen the snake in his eye. I never really agreed with the bowing down to another man neither. I'm not into all that cheat stuff and all that. And he slowly snuck that cheat stuff in. And we talked to him before we even went in that we don't do that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But just look, just look into their eyes, man. Like they can be pretend, they can act like they're all this and all that, but they're lying snakes, and they out for your money. They don't care about you. They care about what you can do for them. They care about the money come out of your pocket into theirs, and for you to bring in your family. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to watch out for these wicked people. These people are wicked. I don't care how nice they seem. If you ain't getting hard training, if you feel like you ain't getting nothing out of training on that basis, you need to go. You need to do the research. Do research first. I don't care about if a person have good reviews. You need to check out the bad reviews. You need to research martial arts. You need to research the martial arts you're doing. Most people will let you come in and have a free class or two, or you can just come in and actually just come in like you come in and sit on the doggone bleachers and watch it. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. You want to come in and see what's going on, but do your research, man. Please don't, please say no to the McDojo. Like, please say no to the McDojo. For real, it's detrimental to your life. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a video about bad reviews on this McDojo, and it's just, and I know these people are telling the truth because I was there. You know, like a lot of people have been duped. You know what I'm saying? They've been duped into thinking they was just this expert martial artist, only to find out that they're only a black belt at that particular school. They're not even a black belt in that county or their city or their state. Just in that little particular school, that's where they're a black belt at. So that means if you take your black belt out of there and go somewhere else, it don't count for nothing. It doesn't count for nothing. You know, my understanding is that if you're a black belt all over the world, or at least in the country. You know, but I'm glad I got this experience too, because so now I can understand. I can tell people. Heck, I can show them what this bullcrap sparring is on here. You know what I'm saying? For real, please, people. Even if they're cheaper, because this place was cheaper. I seen they went up in price some, but they was cheaper. You know what I'm saying? But that's to bring people in, because his main thing was to sell. His main thing was to sell the equipment. Because his business wasn't none of the doggone martial art. The name of the dojo. The name of his business was another name. It was Extreme something. I can't even remember the name, but it was under something else. And he just sold equipment to other places. And so that's what his business was. You know, it was just like, it was like the McDojo was his front. You know what I'm saying? That was his front. But he sold equipment, and that's why sometimes we got little small belts, because sometimes he didn't even have the right size belts for us. How you not gonna have the right size belts for your students? You know how you're supposed to wrap the belt around. Sometimes I don't know how, if everybody do their belt like that, but you wrap it around twice, then you do the little knot thing. Sometimes I couldn't even. Sometimes I had to just only have wrapped it around once and do the thing. Like I had 2 belts like that in a row, and I end up forgetting how to do the belt once I got a right size belt. And sometimes the belts be too. But anyway, he's a con artist. A lot of these people are con artists. They businessmen. They don't care about you, your family. They just care about that money in their pocket that comes out of your pocket. They give you weak training and say that you're doing good. They would promote you even though you wasn't there. They would promote you if you don't even do a roundhouse right. How you gonna be promoted if you don't do a roundhouse right? If you don't do the basic kicks right? If you can't do a front push kick right? How you gonna get promoted? How you gonna get promoted if you still doing the kicks wrong? And why are you teaching people tornado kicks when they can't even do a roundhouse? You teaching people axe kicks when they can't even get their doggone leg above knee level. You got second degree black belts that can't even get their leg up above ankle. That's a little exaggeration, but they can't even get their leg over ankle level. But you got second degree black belts like that. That's a sad sight. That's a sad sight when a newcomer can come in not knowing nothing about martial arts and whoop your higher belts. That's a shame when a newcomer come in and then all the black belts want to fight you when you don't even know what they know. That's a shame, isn't it? It was so much crap going in there that they see a better matchup with a newcomer than with the wrong fellow black belts. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Then you want to steal our work because you afraid to get exposed because you know what you are. Because he didn't even want us to record the videos at first anyway because he didn't want nobody to judge him. Huh? He didn't want nobody to judge him. But then after a while, we did a little video reel for him as a gift. And he liked it. So he didn't mind us doing it and recording it. But maybe if you were teaching us right, maybe we wouldn't be doing this channel. You wouldn't be doing this channel if you was teaching us for real. You know what I'm saying? He did no type of competition. He nothing. he did nothing. He did nothing. But walk around with his hands on his freaking hips. You know what I'm saying? Glorifying in the hot mess of sparring. And this Bushido techniques, Juke Kendo mixed with Wing Chun and Bing Bong, just making up stuff. Seen it with my own eyes. Seen it with my own eyes. He forget what he teach you because he just makes the stuff up. That's why many people left. A lot of people left. A lot of people came and gone. One dude, he preferred to go to a kickboxing aerobic class and then do that McDojo because they were teaching him the kicks better. A lot of good kids left because they weren't getting what they needed to get from there, and a lot of parents saw it. You got us kicking all light like a butterfly, got us all padded up and still kicking light. Got this Hogu on that's too big or a Hogu on that's too doggone small. People can't breathe because the Hogu, and people can't get their leg up because the Hogu, because he gave them a size Hogu that he thought they should get, and the people can't even do a doggone kick now. That's good because the Hogu was blocking the doggone leg. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And ridiculous who is the assistant instructors now that's there right now. The first assistant instructor, I ain't see his picture no more, but he was a 4th degree black belt. And this one other person was a 2nd degree black belt. And I saw where they got both promoted to 5th degree black belt. So how did this one person get to the 5th degree, which is 2nd degree, faster than the doggone 4th degree? See, that's something going on with that. You know what I'm saying? All the assistant instructor they got now, I beat. You know, all the assistant instructor, they was intimidated of me. Not of me per se, but I guess they said I had some type of power. I don't know, but you know, I beat every last one of those assistant instructors, and all of them was probably what, um, they were either deputy black belts or black belts at that time. And I whooped every last one of them. Every last one of them. Now, I ain't saying I whooped them like that, but I'm just saying I beat them all on more than one, at more than one sparring match. I have beat them multiple times when that shouldn't have been. And I did have a problem with one, but that was only because of the height. But I got over that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just ridiculous. You know, people, y'all have to watch out for it. This is gonna turn into more of a rant, which is all right because sometimes you need to get this stuff out. It's bull crap. You know, it's bull crap. You know, got us over there bojangling for you. Got us over there tap dancing for you to make your little place look good. Making us a highlight of your doggone. When I'm talking about us, I'm talking about the people that were lower belts that looked better than the black belts. It was a few of us, you know, and all of us left, you know, using us and not even giving us your full capacity of teaching, not having your heart into it, but you're gonna use us. And then when people leave, you want to talk bad about them, so you can seem like you're the good person. No, I get angry when I think about it. Then again, I'm glad I got the experience. But the thing that makes me mad the most is I got an injury there where I haven't been able to go do anything yet because I haven't fully healed from it yet. And that's the sad thing about it. Because he had us doing blocking kicks. Just one time. That's the only time we did, but blocking head kicks, and this one guy had his elbow out too far and it kicked me like it was like I kicked and it was like in the front of my foot, between the bottom of my leg and the top of my foot, and that put me out. That put me out. You know, I couldn't even walk on that leg. You know, and he kept telling me kick harder, and you know I would tell him that his elbow was out. You know what I'm saying? And he just tell me kick harder. Then I got injured. You know, I got injured. But I'm better, you know. So it took a little while for it to heal up and everything, because this was reoccurring and everything. And you know, I was still going there when I heard it, after I felt like I was good enough to go back and do it. But time after time, I would feel it get hurt again, you know, where I'm limping around, but I would still do it, you know. But it's just a sad case that this is what combat training has went to. You know, it's sad that most of the places that you see are McDojos. You know, like I really wanted to go in boxing first. You know, that's what I really want to do first. You know, but I saw this place. He was part of the school system and everything, so I said he got to be legit if he part of the school system. You know what I'm saying? He part of this, a part of that. He get to teach you the why and all that, and he got curriculums at the school. He got to be legit. He ain't teaching school children wrong. Like, you know, when you do high school wrestling, football, basketball, you get trained right. So that's my thing. Oh, this dude, he legit, but he wasn't. He fooled the school system. He fooled the Y because he ended up not even doing the YMCA no more. They caught up on him. It's a lot of frauds like this guy. It's a lot of frauds. Make you feel good because he's giving you a belt every 6 weeks. But you ain't getting no better. I looked up what a red belt meant, all the meanings of the belts. The red belt supposed to mean that you were dangerous. I didn't feel dangerous. I feel like I didn't know footwork. I feel like we didn't work enough on head movement. I feel like we didn't spar enough. I feel like we didn't train enough days. There's a certain level that you get to where you know your training should change and it should intensify, which it didn't. It just stays the same. You're still training with the lower belts. And that's not supposed to be. I'm still practicing roundhouses and training lower belts how to do roundhouses. I'm mid belt. Still doing the same white belt drills, same orange and yellow belt drills, same green belt drills. Same drills. Everybody belt test together. Now how you gonna be able to belt test, kick a kick, teach a, do a kick on a belt test that you never even trained us for? How you gonna not do a kick that you said was gonna be on the belt test? How you gonna do a test on the on locks and holds that you never taught us at a belt test, but just show us what to do? And then also, okay, so you show that one time, now we can do it. The only reason why a lot of us got better at best that we could get at a McDojo because we went home and trained. And we watched other videos on how to kick properly and all that. We weren't doing taekwondo, we were doing more like kickboxing without the boxing. More like slip boxing, slip kicking. That's all we was doing. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Kick too hard. Oh, calm down. Oh, finesse, finesse. Man, bump all that, man. This is supposed to be learning how to defend ourselves. We strapped up. We ain't gonna hurt each other too bad. Shoot. Guys out here and people training, somebody get popped in the face for real and not even know how to react because they never been punched in the doggone face or kicked in the face for real. People gonna lose their doggone mind when they feel that damn doggone pain behind a punch in the face. Now I ain't saying that the martial arts ain't supposed to be fun, but ain't you supposed to learn? You supposed to have some type of discipline. You supposed to be corrected for the things you do wrong. Not saying, oh good, you did a good job when you still doing wrong technique. It seemed like it's one of the worst things I did, but one of the best things I did. And the reason why I say one of the best is because I can expose this type of crap that's going on around this whole world. Because it's probably McDojo all over the whole world got people thinking, got all these McDojos and Burger King joints. I don't know how you say that, McKing, fast food martial art people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets a belt. Everybody get a belt. Just come through the drive-through. So silliness. I didn't even know this video was gonna be this long, but who cares, man? Cause y'all got to hear it and y'all got to feel it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people on the channel that do understand what I'm saying and do understand why this video made a turn the way it did. Cause y'all need to hear it and y'all need to feel what a person who actually went through one and was there for 2 years. 2 years. I seen people that came from other schools and left because they knew it was bullcrap. One guy just said, "I'm just bringing my daughter here." I seen one of his old students come in and whoop up on all his black belts and left and never came back again. Then the McDojo master tried to talk bad about him. Say no to the McDojo. Do your research. I don't care what you call McDojo, McDojang, watered down martial arts. It's all the same, man. Just say research, research, research. If you're really serious about the martial arts, man, I mean, I know sometimes you might not know, but as soon as you realize, you need to go. You need to go. And when you read the reviews, it doesn't matter if they have more good reviews or they have 5 or 4 stars or whatever. You need to check out them bad reviews and see how similar they are. And also check the replies to these bad reviews too. A lot of times the replies is from the head guy, and it's gonna seem like he's trying to put the other people down, and that's just what it is. And also a lot of good comments is going to be people that he's told them to drop a good comment on there. You know what I'm saying? Most McDojos is going to be family friendly, and people going to be nice and seem like family there. That's what keeps you there. Sure, I miss the people that was there. You know what I'm saying? I miss some of them I don't. Because some of them just as dirty as the dog on McDojo master. And he ain't my master, man. You know what I'm saying? Want to be called Kunjanim. You ain't no Kunjanim. Kunjanim ain't nothing but a Korean word for owner. To make it sound like something. You was the owner of a business. And that's all you was. An owner of a business. You got top. I heard a dude got top in the garage by a policeman. But I don't, and a lot of certificates weren't real. That nobody even heard of them. But that's besides the point, though. Because he bamboozling people. People out here actually really thinking they're doing real martial arts. So you really think you're doing kickboxing, taekwondo, Muay Thai, Hapkido, Kensido, Kenpo, what else? Wing Chun, Karate, Kung Fu. You actually think you're doing all that? You actually think you're doing all that? You're not. First of all, we don't box. Alright? We didn't box. We didn't do jabs. The crosses was called reverse punch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe he went over or uppercut and all that, but we didn't practice it. We didn't put it in action. So what you got little football helmet things for? We can't punch each other in the face. Why you got, you know what I'm saying? I think that if you was going to teach boxing, just let people with that football helmet thing and let them get punched in the doggone face. So they can, at least you could have done that instead of like fooling people with your little BS techniques that you try to put together from all these different martial arts, which is a bunch of bull crap. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how these McDojo instructors, head McDojo instructors try to make it like they're right. You know what I'm saying? He tries to say, well, you can't please everybody. Well, I guess you can. You can please the people that don't know nothing about it. But once people find out, when they go to other legit places and they find out what they learn with BS, they gonna have a problem with it, and they might call you out on it. Of course, you're gonna defend yourself because you gotta protect your business. But that's crap. That's bull crap. You worse than Enter the McDojo. And I'm so glad I told him that I watched it too, because he watched it. And he knew, I think from that day, that's when everything started changing too. Because he knew I was figuring them things, I was figuring it out. I was figuring it out. I was figuring it out. That the place we was at was bullcrap. When you ain't feeling fulfilled, when you're not feeling fulfilled after the training, when you feel like you did nothing but a bunch of crap, you need to go. You need to go. Like, it doesn't matter. I mean, the McDojo's going to keep going. We were just a spoke on the wheel, and he replaced it with somebody else. So it's somebody else there that's athletic. They always going to be able to replace you. But let's believe that. Maybe not soon as you go, but sooner or later somebody gonna come in that's athletic enough. You know what I'm saying? That can replace you. They can put it in your place where they can bojangle for them too. They can tap dance for them too to make their place look better. You know? So if you at a McDojo, go. Don't feel bad about it. Go. If you're on a contract, if you can't break out, just finish your contract out and go. While you finish your contract out, search for other places and talk to them about it. And after your contract's over, go. Because you don't want to just be paying your money to a place and you ain't going no more. You know what I'm saying? You get what you get from them and you go. Go. That's why I say no to McDojo. No to the McDojo. No to the McDojo. Just say no. Just go. You know what I'm saying? That's why I hope people will go to the McDojo Chronicles online store and get these shirts to let these people know I know what you are. Say no to the McDojo. No McDojo here. You know what I'm saying? For real. Let these people know we know who you are. I don't care how much you defend yourself. I don't care how nice you seem to be. You know what I'm saying? Wolves in sheep clothing. You can see it in their eyes. It's in their eyes. It's in their eyes. They talk whatever. They talk a good game, but they ain't about it. They ain't really about what they talking about. They not. They're not really about what they talk about. They not. They're full of crap. Full of it. Full of it. So I think that's about it. This is a McDojo story turned rant. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna tie this. But anyway, this is the McDojo Chronicles. Just say no to the McDojo. Any McDojo. Alright? Subscribe, hit the like button, and check out the McDojo Chronicles online store. Alright? This is the McDojo Chronicles.